Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Some of you guys have been asking for a Batman 2019 video, so here we are. Ironically enough, I'm not really starting with a Batman, although I guess you could call it almost a composite Batman Superman, even if there's a bit of Aquaman and the Flash built into it. But anyway, so let's get started. So let's start with our friend Batman from 1989. Basically, you can reproduce this look fairly easily enough, but you have to have the stealth material. If you don't have the stealth material, I guess you can still reproduce the look, but you won't have the rubber feel that the Batman from 1989 had with your character. In order to get a nice yellow belt, I'm using the Sinister material. So basically, if you want to reproduce that look, you need the Sinister material for the belt, you need the stealth material for everything else, and for the emblem, it's the emblem from the Drowned. But I cheated a bit in order to make it a sort of Batman emblem with the moon behind it. Obviously, if you want to have a bigger emblem, you have to use the Stalwart Defender chest, but it kind of ruins the rubber look that the Batman from 1989 had. Basically, the lines distract from what should be the design, but what can you do? For the gloves, there's half a dozen type of gloves you could use, the same with the boots. The call, obviously you need the Batman call or some sort of Batman call. We're going to take a look at quite a few Batman calls in this video, so I guess you use whatever you can get. Obviously I'm using the Swarming Bat Aura, and for the cape there's a few capes that you can use. Here I'm using the Batwoman cape, there's the Batgirl cape or the Daring Vigilante cape that could be used, there's the Future Batman cape that could be used, so there's a few options that we're going to see throughout this video. The Batman we had through most of the 70s and most of the 80s. Way back when, they weren't coloring the call black. They were coloring it some sort of blue, so that you could actually see basically printing black. Way back when was a bit of a challenge, so very often black would be replaced with some sort of blue or dark blue. Although somehow the dark blue from the Batman call became light blue in this sometimes in the 70s. I noticed it remained like that throughout most of the 80s and even a bit of the early 90s. Again, here I'm using the Stalwart Defender chest to get a bigger chest, a bigger emblem. I'm using the Batman Rebirth emblem, obviously. The Batman Beyond belt works really well to reproduce our friend the Batman. The Fin gloves, you can get them at character creation. I'm using the Owl boots, or the Owl suit boots. They're pretty darn close to what Batman was using. Again, the cape is the Batwoman cape. But again, we're going to look at a few other options. Here I'm using the Batman Beyond call in order to get the really nice long ears. There was this awesome artist in the 70s and pretty much all throughout the 80s who was drawing Batman. He was drawing Batman with those really nice long ears. And this would be perfect to reproduce that Batman if we could have the area around the mouth skin colored. Sadly, the way they color locked the colors for the call, for the Batman Beyond call, it's not an option, sadly. And then at some point as time went by, they made the blue part of the costume darker and darker. And this is pretty darn close to how the Batman did look towards the end of the 90s and the early 2000s. They were still coloring the call blue, but they were coloring it pretty much dark blue. Although in some interpretation of the character, they were pretty much making the dark blue part black. Although that started way back in the late 80s. There's a few artists, like John Byrne sometimes would draw the Batman where everything that was colored blue would be black sometimes. It would create a nice graphic effect early on. But then as years went by, more and more people started using black to color our friend the Batman. Here I'm using the DC Bombshell Harley Quinn belt. Sadly, you have to purchase the DC Bombshell Harley Quinn style on the marketplace if you want to be able to use that. Here I'm using the tall classic boots, but the all boots would be a pretty good option. Actually, a better option. But the all boots, you only get the hull boots around combat rating 100. I forget. 210, I think. So if you don't want to wait until your combat training 210 to recreate your friend the Batman, the tall classic boots work well enough. I'm not going to repeat everything. Here also I'm using the BVS emblem. Sadly, if you don't have the BVS emblem already, there's no way for you to be able to get that emblem. So if you don't have the BVS emblem, try to get the Rebirth emblem that my blue Batman has. You can get it from the broker or from the Gotham time capsules. If you're looking for a Batman set of gear, this is pretty much the better option you have if you want to have it completely for free. There's a few options that I'm going to show you that you have to either purchase from Marketplace, or that you can get from time capsules, or that you can purchase using the broker. But in order to be able to use the broker, you pretty much have to be a legendary player. So if you're a free-to-play player and you just want to create a Batman character completely for free, this is probably your better option. It's a style that you can purchase as soon as you reach tier 2, and you can purchase it from the Watchtower from our friend Batgirl. There's also a version of the Dark Spectre Batsuit that was added in 2018. Basically, it's the 2018 Batsuit. It's been added to the marketplace, so if you want to purchase it, it's going to be redeemable on every single character on your account. But it's not going to be, sadly, free. If you want something, an option that's completely free, sadly, this is not it. But it's fairly inexpensive on the marketplace, and it's redeemable on every single characters on your account. So once you purchase it, if you have multiple characters that could use this style, you can. And this here is the Daring Vigilante style. If you're a legendary player, you can get this style completely for free. Basically, it's one of those styles that come from Prometheum lockboxes. So if you're a legendary player, you can open lockboxes for free. So you could open and open and open lockboxes as you get them. And if you're lucky, you should be able to get this pretty nice looking Batman suit. I think you can see the cape is it's known as the Daring Vigilante cape, and also the Batgirl cape, depending on where you look. Like I think on the broker it's listed that as the Batgirl cape. Because technically this is a Batgirl suit. This was inspired by Batgirl from the New 52. But it works well enough if you want to create a Batman character as well. So here you have a few pieces that you can get playing the game. Some of them are pretty much completely for free, but you're gonna have to be lucky in order to be able to get them. The headpiece is the robot Batman headpiece. It's basically Batman that was taken over by the evil Brainiac. So a non-mixture of Batman and Brainiac. But it is a headpiece that you can get for free. But I forget that there's a mission towards the end of level 30, or that you're gonna have to farm and farm and farm, hoping to get that headpiece. The hoodie comes from the vault. Again, you're gonna have to run the vault over and over and over and hope to get lucky and get that hoodie. And the same with the bat gloves. These are like the bat gauntlet, if I recall the name correctly. And the bat gauntlet are a pretty rare drop in the vault. Already the hoodie took me like 2 years to get that hoodie, so I'm not sure if it's rare or if I was just unlucky. But holy crap, it took me quite a while. The sad thing for the hoodie is that, well, it's a hoodie, like you can see the big pocket to the front of the belly of the character. But it's one of the best Batman emblem we have in the game. It's a really nice Batman emblem that you have on the hoodie. Sadly, you have to wear a hoodie in order to be able to have that emblem. But you can get the hoodie completely for free, the same with the Bat Gauntlet. But you have to be really, really lucky to get those from the vault. And again, the headpiece, it's a drop from... it's the mission that you have to play in the Batcave if Batman is your mentor. And I think it's a mission that you can repeat as many times as you like. So you could farm that mission in order to be able to get the robot Batman headpiece. But the easier way, if you're a legendary player, you can purchase the headpiece straight from the broker. It's not that expensive. Another piece that you can get, technically for free, but you have to either own Origin Crisis or you have to be a legendary player to be able to get it, is the Dark Defender Gauntlet. These are gauntlets that you can get when you're tier 5 if you go to the alternate Metropolis or the alternate Gotham. You have to gather a handful of, I forget if it's briefings or investigations, but basically you have to gather some, I believe it's some briefings. And once you do, you receive the gauntlet by mail. And the t-shirt is one of the t-shirts we got at the last Halloween. Sadly, if you did not get that t-shirt already, I'm pretty sure you cannot get it anymore. And here we have the Bat Swarming t-shirt, which also was given to us last Halloween. The nice thing about those two t-shirts is that once you got them on one of your character, you can purchase them using replay badges for your other characters. I'm not sure why they didn't do that with the 2018 version. I will take a look at the 2018 version in just a few minutes. And here's the Batman hoodie that we got in 2017 for Batman Day. It's a pretty nice looking hoodie. And it would be an awesome looking Batman emblem. Sadly, first it is a hoodie, and then there's Batman Day written on the emblem and the date underneath. But it's still a really nice hoodie. Somehow we can purchase the Batman Day t-shirt, the Batman Day t-shirts from 2018 using replay badges. But for some reason, the Batman hoodie from 2017, that doesn't seem to be an option. So sadly, it seems that this hoodie was only for one character, and we don't seem to have the option to be able to purchase it using replay badges, at least not at this point. But who knows, maybe later down the line they'll add more options to purchase styles, and maybe this will be one of them. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Another headpiece is the GCPD helmet. I'm pretty sure I made a video about that. Basically, I think you have to gather, I forget, a bunch of collections, and then you receive the helmet through mail. So again, if you're a legendary player, you don't really have to spend any more money. You can just play the broker or farm for those collections. For the chest piece, that's the Red Hood chest piece. It works really well, I thought, with that headpiece. For the Red Hood, I made at least a video or two. Look for Gotham Outlaw or Red Hood in my videos, and you should be able to know how to get this chest piece. Basically, it's from one of the little robot vendors right next to the tech wing. And then we got a few Batman-inspired set of gear from various time capsules. This is the Batman set of gear from the original time capsule. Although ironically enough, I purchased, this is the enhanced version that I purchased from the Booster Gold vendor. So you could decide to open the original time capsule if you want to have this style, or just go see your friend Booster Gold and purchase it from the Booster Gold vendor using a whole bunch of quarks. I made a video about it. I forget how many quarks is required to purchase the whole style, but it could be a bit expensive, I guess. So sadly, this is not really an option you can get for free unless you use a broker. You could purchase the style from the broker. I have to admit, it's been a while. I'm not sure how expensive it is. But if either you use the broker to purchase the style, or you purchase it from our friend Booster Gold, or you try to open the original time capsules and hope to get lucky and get this style. Another style we got from time capsules is the Batman Beyond style. Holy crap, does it look awesome. This one comes from the Gotham time capsules. And there's a regular version and an enhanced version of the style. I'm just going to show the regular version. I made a video about this style, so actually I think I made a couple of videos about this style. So if you want to see the enhanced version, I suggest you look through my videos for that. The same with the future Batman style, the style I showed just before. There's a regular version and an enhanced version. If you search through my videos, I made videos specifically about those versions. So you can look it up. If you search through my videos, you should be able to find it easily enough. Another Batman-inspired style that we got from the time capsules is the Speed Metal set of gear. Technically, it's a bit of a cheat because it's half Batman, half the Flash, but it's still a Batman-inspired set of gear when you think about it. Like the emblem, although the emblem is a non-mixture of the bat from the Batman and the lightning from the Flash, it can still work well enough to recreate a nice Batman-inspired character. And this is obviously the enhanced version of the style. There is also a regular version of the style. Again, I made videos specifically about that style, so if you search through my videos, you should be able to see both the regular and enhanced version if you like. And another Batman-inspired set of gear that we got from time capsules is the Drowned set of gear. Here I'm using a mixture of enhanced version and regular version. Basically, I don't have the complete enhanced version just yet. I've been a bit of a slacker. I should have completed either the regular version or the enhanced version, and I just didn't bother with that just yet. I was happy enough to just get the whole style, even though it's not all the enhanced version, but it works well enough. And basically, I like the Red Death. It's not exactly Batman. It's an odd mixture of Batman and Aquawoman. I didn't read the storyline all that much, so I just know the highlights. But I think this was Aquawoman mixed with Batman somehow, and it ended up creating the Drowned. And here I recreated what is the Justice Lord Batman. Basically, it was Batman from an alternate dimension that was used in the TV series Justice League. It was a pretty awesome looking look, and we can recreate a pretty darn good looking version of our friend, the Justice Lord Batman. We just need the bandit boots and gloves, the Bane belt. I'm using the Stalwart Defender chest and the pants so that we can get a bigger emblem. I'm using the Batman Rebirth emblem. The cape, any of the Batwoman cape, the Batgirl cape, even the future Batman cape could probably do the trick, but here I went with the Batwoman cape. Obviously, the Batman cowl is well useful, but as you saw, there's a few alternatives that you could try to use. It wouldn't look exactly like our friend Batman from the Justice Lord, but sometimes in DC Universe Online, you have to use the styles you can. You can't always have all the styles you want. Sometimes in animation and even in comics, they'll use dark gray instead of black for various reasons. So even though the costume in the TV shows was like basically two shades of dark, dark gray and lighter gray, I'm pretty sure that some of the gray part, the darker gray part, was supposed to be black. So I've switched the dark gray for black, and it gives a bit more contrast between the black and the light gray. So I kind of like it a bit better like this. But you decide which one you prefer if you want to recreate that look. It's your character. And last but not least, we have the Batman of Zirin. I'm using pretty much a lot of stuff that comes from character creation, like the gloves, the pants, even the chest piece. For the shoulders, I'm using the Absolute Zero shoulders to get the sort of spiky shoulders that the Batman of Zirin had. And the boots, I'm using the Owl boots. But again, if you don't have the Owl boots, the Tall Classic boots works well enough. For the belt, I'm using the Bombshell Harley Quinn belt, but there's a whole bunch of like the simple utility belt would work well enough. There's quite a few belts that you could use instead. For the emblem, I'm using the emblem from Batman the Drowned. But the way I've colored it, I'm trying to sort of fake using. I'm trying to recreate more or less the idea of the yellow, the Batman emblem with the yellow moon behind it. Although in the case of Batman of Zirin, it pretty much almost looked like that when you look at the character's emblem. For the chest piece, it was a bit tricky. It doesn't look exactly like what the character did look like. But it was the less bad option, I guess. So this was about as close to the Batman of Zirin as I was able to get within the context of DC Universe Online at the moment. Crypto wants to play. So that is going to be pretty much it. Basically, if you guys want to see more Batman look, I made videos last year, I think. There's one video where I made like 12 different Batman costumes, another one where I made like 15 Batman costumes. So if you guys want to look at a whole bunch of Batman costumes, I do have a couple of videos that I've made already. But I'm pretty sure that at some point I will most likely make more Batman videos. It's one of those characters that people want to see. It's one of those characters that's very popular with a lot of people. So I'm pretty sure some of you guys will ask me other Batman videos down the road. So we'll see what we can do when that happens. So that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.